Legacy of Hunger was the next thing that I was going to read, and at one point I thought like I was just being picky with the Kindle books because I seem to enjoy a lot of the print books more than I do the Kindle books, which I guess there is something to be said about holding the book in your hand and not reading off of a screen, but also there are plenty of Kindle books that I like as well that I don't necessarily want physical copies of because my library is large enough. Um, but yeah, I Legacy of Hunger, something about a family going to Ireland to do something. I don't really care for historical fiction, and I need to stop trying with these other genres. I need to stick to my filters because clearly it's just not going to work for those other genres. Or when I do read the other genres, I need library books first. So this doesn't happen. So the Atlantis Complex. That's the next Artemis Fowl book. We are. This is the second to last one. I'm really pleased about that. I think this book is supposed to have a representation of dissociative identity disorder in it because at one point Artemis has like magic sickness and it's like making him lose his mind or whatever, and like another personality comes out of him, and it's just like oof, because that's not how that works, number one. And number two, DID in the early 2000s, the representation was not great. Um, but yeah, like he's got OCD and paranoia, and it's really bad. Artemis knows that he's sick. I kind of like the idea of magic sickness, where like if you're a human and you're not supposed to be using magic, it kind of drives you insane. Although he used all of his magic like 2 books ago, I think, so I'm not entirely sure why he's getting magic sickness now. Whatever. Um, yeah, Butler is also somewhere else during this whole book. He's not with Artemis, and I love Butler, but every single time there was a chapter with him, I was just like, F. Um, yeah, so, yeah, they were separated on purpose. Subba was trying to kill Butler and his sister because of their association with Artemis, because you can't just decide to be good people now and everything be all right. That's not how that works. Um, Also, I don't think his parents feature very much in this book either, which like yeah, Owen Colfair. If his mom is now aware of all the magic shit, what made you think that it was going to be easy to write her being annoyed with him doing this, as well as him being able to do all of this? Not sure how that's going to work with the Fowl twins either, but I have that book for later. Um, yeah, Turnball. Um, one of the fucking he's a fae. He wants to kill all of them because he felt slighted by something they did. I don't actually know. I'm getting increasingly bored with these books, and it's not always clear to me happening what's happening. I've read all of these books before. I don't remember Turnball being a thing because apparently he was one of the LED LPD, one of the Fae cops. He was one of those. I Yeah. We're gonna move on from that. The next book is called Epoca. It's one of Kobe Bryant's books. He really thought about this world before he passed, and like, man, I really hope that these authors keep writing. I hope they, because there's actually a second legacy in the Queen book, which I didn't know about. I really hope that the universe that he made was rich enough to keep them writing because he really thought about this, and I can tell that he loved the idea of it and the fact that he understood that he is not an author and to find other authors that he could like promote next to his name is really great. Ivy Clare wrote this one. Ivy Clare, Wesley King, and it has been too long since I looked at Legacy and the Queen, so I do not remember what that author's name is. But yeah, like I hope that they can keep writing in this universe because it's a very fun one to be in. Precia. Her name is Princess. She's a princess. She wants to compete in the Epic Games, not watch them. She's 10, so she's about to go to school, the school that Legacy ends up going to. I think. I'm pretty sure it's the same school. And she is a child of two houses in Epoca, which is unorthodox. Her king and queen are from two separate houses that they were traditionally enemies. So it's going to be weird when she's queen. And her cousin's also going to the school. And if something were to happen to her, like if she never finds her magic, her cousin will end up being the heir apparent because you can't be king or queen without your magic. So that's fun. Um, there are like different gods and goddesses that they worship, except for one because he was an ass. So they don't light his candles anymore. And Precia wants to find her magic so badly that she decides to try and light his candle, and then nothing happens. So she tries to blow it out, but then it doesn't go out. So that's fun. Precia's magic is that she can like double herself and like do like shadows. Would be really useful for tennis, you know, but whatever. Um, the thing in this book for her seems to be track. I'm not sure why, but yeah. So she goes to the school hiding her magic, saying that she didn't find it and it's not a thing because she thinks she got her magic from the bad guy, so she doesn't want to use it. She goes to the school, her cousin's being a dick, and she pretends she doesn't have magic. There's also another kid who's like poor, whose dad worked at the school, and he was kicked out because they said he was crazy because he tried to chop down the tree that like uses all of their magic, or like gives them all of their magic. And they got kicked out. His dad died. He's poor. He does still his he there's like a magic book that all the kids have. Precia has hers, and there was a man that the boy, what's his name? Rovi. There was a man that Rovi met stealing from him, and he had his book because he knew his dad, which I thought was nice. So the two of them are kind of the outcasts, but they end up becoming friends. And Rovi's dad was actually working on a machine that could mimic Prisha's powers. She ends up using them because it's how they get saved at the end of the book, which is great. But most of the time, she spends just acting like she has no gift, and it's just safer for her that way. She feels because that's what she thinks her power came from. I think it was just an unhappy coincidence. That's not where her power came from. Her uncle, her cousin's dad, also works at the school and like often has to reprimand his son to be like, "Hey, so stop being an asshole." Um, yeah, that comes up later. Fucking what else happened? I'm trying not to look at my notes while I do this because I like this book and I really want to remember like what happened. I also read it within like the last 2 months, so I really should remember what happened. I ended up on an Assassin's Creed kick, and it kind of ruined everything because I was also playing Animal Crossing, but I didn't play for 4 months because I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. God help me. And I'm currently replaying Unity, and I'm gonna replay Syndicate so I can make a video of that. That video is gonna be like an hour long though because I have a lot to say. If it's not like more than two-parter, it might be a two-parter for like one to Black Flag and then Unity to Valhalla, depending on when this next game comes out. It better be the last one because I don't have another Assassin's Creed game in me. Like I really don't. This is the last $60 that Ubisoft will get from me, and then I'm done. It better be good. Anyway, um, where was I? Oh, so the tree is like actually dying. So like Rovi's dad, they think that like her cousin calls Rovi tree killer because of his dad, and the teachers are like, "Hey, can you stop doing that?" Her cousin is the worst. He would make a terrible monarch. And by the end of the book, we discover that the tree is dying, but the reason it's dying is because the temple of the other dude, the one that we don't like, that Precia, I think she got her powers from, he has a magic. One of his followers is seeding magic from the tree, so they're able to stop it because she uses her double powers to save the tree. And they go back to school, and the tree's healthy again, and she starts using her powers, and everybody thinks that it's awesome. And then they're going home for the summer, and she finds out that the follower who activated the shrine was her uncle, and he says that she's got a role to play in all of this. And I'm excited for the second one. The second one is called The Sands of Time, so that should be fun. Um, Let me find my notes about this because I just went over the whole thing and I got like 3 pages of notes. Um, like I like the book, and the thing that I like most about it is the representation of the children because the irrational nature of kids and bullying is really annoying, and I could feel myself getting annoyed. Like if you're trying to write characters and I'm annoyed with them, like if they were real people, then I think you've done well in writing children. Writing children isn't hard; just listen to them talk. Anyway, um, Castor sucks, and I really hope I really like he got sort of humbled at the end of the book, but I hope he like they drive home that lesson in the second one because if he's still being a dick in the second one, that's not going to be great. The cliffhanger was great, and I already purchased the second one because I own it now. Um, yeah, and like in these universe, like the universe is so rich that like there is bigotry and indoctrination at work here. I can't remember exactly what it was, but oh, right, with the school, because the school divides everybody into dreamers and realists. And there was one girl whose whole family, they were all realists, and she ended up being a dreamer, and her brother dead ass stopped talking to her. Like, she was heartbroken over that. I like universes that, like, talk about things like that because it's not always fun, but it's a part of our world. So, yeah, it was pretty great. I like the book. I like the series.